Thanks for checking them and check it out. Now, I hate headlines, man, because headlines usually get the context lost, okay? Headlines for any type of incident or story, people, they extract the juicy thing that people bite in, and they usually leave out the context. For example, I'm reading online today, yo, Vince Staples says Kendrick is the best rapper alive. And I'm like, I think a lot of people say Kendrick right now is the best rapper alive. What's the big deal? Now, after I watched the interview, because Vince Staples, if you guys don't know, very talented guy, very funny guy. I think he has a lot of personality, and I believe he's next up. When the next is, I'm not sure, but when I watched the motherfucking interview, it was not really about just him, like, riding Kendrick's dick, so to speak. It was about him kind of getting tossed other rappers who others believe should get the crown, and he said, nah, them niggas ain't got the crown. If I had to give the crown to somebody, it's that guy, and he said Kendrick Lamar. You know who he dismissed? And this is actually the biggest story. He did not want to give the props to motherfucking Eminem. Now, a lot of people love him. Listen, Eminem dick sucking is at an all-time high, right? Now, according to Vince Staples, and he made a very valid point that we should discuss. Fuck the sales. Fuck all the international success that he got, and I know he sells more than all that. Fuck that, right? If one person's music, who even sells all of that, is not as influential and doesn't touch the people within the culture like others, how could they be the best? That's actually a very good point. Now, some of y'all might be like, what are you talking about? I listen to Stand By Eminem all the time. I listen to Lose Yourself. But let's be honest, okay? Has Eminem's music really dictated how hip-hop is going and really touched the majority of people in hip-hop and changed their lives? And when I'm saying that, I'm talking about we could compare to other rappers and how their music has. So really, he was just trying to say, M got all the sales and all that shit, but he ain't the best because his music ain't touching people like that. Believe me. I am actually inclined to agree with him. Now, he threw up Kendrick Lamar. To me, I was like, why is that a surprise? And when he threw Kendrick Lamar as the best, he said right now. That's the key word, right now. Why are we surprised that Vince Staples said Kendrick the best right now? Is Kendrick not the best? Or who would be the best? Okay? Now, again, you could try to throw up some names as who's being the best, but if we're going to have different either categories or different bases you got to touch to be all over the best, right? So you got to be that commercial type of guy somewhat. You got to have them bars somewhat. Okay, you got to also have these songs. You be able to make a song. You got to touch the people. You got to stand for something, I guess. There's many different categories you could have. Kendrick probably covers all of them the best. Now, who would be in that running? And let's actually talk about them in comparison to Kendrick. Cole would be in that running. Yeah, J. Cole, the napkin Cole, you're right. But a lot of things he does, Kendrick does too. Kendrick just does it better for a lot of people. Who else? Of course, Drake. Drake, he's been lacking with the lyrics lately, but he's made up for it with the hits. Does Drake actually go conscious and actually touch into a lot of stuff that is more influential beyond just fucking partying and fucking bitches? I'm not too sure if he does that like Kendrick. Kendrick dedicated his whole last album to the motherfucking Shea Butter Twitter struggle. Okay? Who else? Big Sean. Okay? But I don't know if Big Sean, again, does the same things as well as J. Cole and Kendrick. So when someone says that Kendrick is the best rapper overall, and if they have all these different bases that they have came to this criteria or came to this understanding or decision, I can't really doubt him. Okay, now if somebody brought up J. Cole and if they gave some reasoning and possibly added more things, maybe I could believe him there. Okay, again, Drake's in the running somewhat, of course, right? Big Sean, he's around or hovering around that title. However, listen, this guy ain't say nothing wrong. Okay, who the fuck, if not Kendrick, has been kicking the best rhymes recently? His last two albums were classic. We're not going to count that Untitled garbage. I wasn't fucking with that shit. I got to be honest. That Untitled Man, I wasn't fucking with it. But Good Kid, Mad City, classic, right? And of course, The Pimp a Butterfly, classic, right? Now, here's what I'm saying. And by the way, this is the critique, and one of the critiques I got of Big Sean, or not Big Sean, but Kendrick Lamar. Yo, Kendrick got the worst replay value albums, but that doesn't actually say it's trash. It's not. It actually could be both. Don't got replay value, but fucking amazing. Right? In terms of the skill displayed, amazing. In terms of replay value, no. And that's what we're realizing. Because I can't listen to the last Kendrick Lamar or the last two Kendrick Lamar projects outside of 2 days after it dropped because it fucking puts me to sleep. However, I cannot deny the lyrical display and also the cohesiveness of the albums and also just what great body of work it is. Not because I won't play it every night, doesn't mean it's not good. There's a lot of things good for me that I don't really like, okay? Should be eating like lettuce and cabbage and carrots and all type of vegetables. I don't like that. Give me a burger and some fries. Let's go. That's just what it is, all right? Get in the comment box, you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks. I did not find anything surprising about what Vince Staples said. I think the bigger story here is that, listen, he's saying, listen, within the culture, Eminem's like impact is not really being felt because his music never really touched and really affected the lives of the people who live the culture. I think that's actually true. And by the way, Eminem is one of the best, okay, if we're just talking talent-wise. Right? It is what it is. Get in the comment box, you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks.